Welcome to the podcast kpfitandwell.co. I'm your host KP and I'm spoiling you with such a good guest today. One of my pals, my virtual pals from all the way in Canada, although you'll recognise the accent is a bit more close to home. It's Amanda Thebe, who brought out the book Menopocalypse. She is a champion for menopause women and how we don't get scammed on the internet. So I really hope you enjoy this episode, and I really hope Amanda has remembered to wear the 80s shirt. I'll just need to sit and wait now.
We're ready. Let's
the
go.
fact that she's in a pair of shorts and every day in the UK right now, sitting pure under umbrellas, pissing it down, playing board games with her kids being off school, and you're in a pair of shorts.
You had it 40 degrees last week though.
40?
No, you did.
No, we didn't. No, we had 2 days of like all right sunshine. Right, it was 2 days of okay. 2 days. That's shit. And then we've had rain continuously from the very first day of the school holidays. Like that torrential rain, do you know what I mean? And then we've had it again. So we had 2 days of okay. Showed you what life could be like, and then it just goes, Here, have that shit.
Sorry,
that shit again.
You're in Scotland, what do you want?
Fucking sun, dryness, but it feels like lockdown, do you know what I mean? Because kids are off school for 8 weeks. There's nothing to do, man. It's just tough going.
You know, you just have bad clothes, that's what it is. There's no such thing as bad weather. Get them outside. You would have gone outside as a kid. Like I said, we just got kicked out.
Kids are different now though. I would, like 90s mums and stuff, my mum just used to let me get on with it. But now we are the kids' entertainment. The kids will come and stand in front of us like we're TikTok, like that, right? What you've got to do with us now. Do you know what I mean? So we are the source of entertainment now. It's just changed. It's so true.
I have a 22-year-old and I'll be on a call and just say he was here now. And he would say, Mum, can I talk to you? And I'd be like, let me just finish this call. He'll go, okay then.
No, on stand and wait.
I stand and wait. Like,
wow, your pure anxiety, like under pressure, like, I need to get off this call. No, it's shit, man. I've never known anything like it. Like, my mum, if she said, if I went to, can you play dolls with me? My mum would have been like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Get the fuck. Not now, man. I'm dressed up as fucking all kinds of Elsa. You know what I mean? It's tough going now. It's not the same as the 90s.
It sounds like a you problem. That's what this sounds like.
People will agree. People know when they've
I'm the same. I'm the same. It's exactly, you're right. I'm taking the piss. But yeah, it's exactly that, right? So
shit.
Why did you want me to wear an 80s blouse, even though I forgot and didn't listen and all of those
Because
things?
I'm wearing an 80s blouse.
So, you know, I don't know, like in the 80s, I was wearing, I think, a Princess Diana blouse.
Nice.
I was at the 70s. Oh,
no,
like late 70s.
That would have been the 80s, man.
So my mum didn't have any money, and so I had a Lady Diana blouse because she wasn't the princess, and it used to scratch my neck because it came up and it was like plastic and it scratched my neck. And then I wanted a pair of pedal pushers to go with it, and so I had, you know, that material that was like chintzy, and it used to.
Oh my
had a
God.
And then in addition to that, I wanted a pair of pedal pusher jeans with a red stripe down. And my mum was a seamstress, so she actually cut a pair of my jeans up and piped in. And it was like having Adidas two stripes.
That is the ultimate 80s, is that the pedal pushers. People are getting flashbacks all over the place now. The pedal pushers with the red stripes, man.
And do you remember... What are they called? The pants with the stirrups underneath the feet?
The jodhpurs.
No, was that what they were called? And you wore them, and when you put the straps under your feet, they didn't go up to your crotch.
What
so
were
you
people doing with them on? Yes, but what were the people doing? Why was people how was that an issue like that? We need these to go around your foot because we're worried that these jeans ride up your legs. Like what? Why did they have that? I remember this. I do love it. I love all the 80s style. It's my favourite.
Is it? Oh my gosh.
So
even the hair?
Yeah.
Because I've been looking at your wigs lately.
Yep, my wigs. I've got that. I want a big giant wig now. What was your hair in the 80s? Were you like a perm kind of gal?
No, I had really short hair.
Were you short? Were you like Roxette?
It was when I was a puppy. It was when I went through my little boy phase. So
Right.
I cut my own hair off. So I had to, my mum had to get it cut. And then it was like, I had all these pictures of me and it was like, I looked
Who's
like a
that
little
guy?
boy.
Who's that wee guy? That's me. Uh-huh. Right,
All
so
right. What are we going to talk about today?
we're going to talk about. I didn't wear my weighted vest today, by the way, just because I thought you would slaughter me.
I have a running vest that looks like a weighted vest for when I do long runs and I need water. And people even laugh at that, but I get thirsty, right? And I was thinking of hanging some cans of baked beans from it and doing some doing some
Doing some
squats while
squat. I think I look cool in it, and that's the reason I'll wear it. I wear it boxing and stuff. I've always wore it. It's an extra thing. I've not caught on to the trend of people just wearing it about to do their housework, although if they want to look quite cool, no? First
Jesus, you used
myth.
to get coffee enemas, so what do you want me to say to that?
That's it. I'm fucking. I used to do coffee enemas use. I used to put coffee up my arse. So I've really
There's
got
nothing
no.
wrong with there's nothing wrong with weighted vests, right? So let's clear that up. There's nothing wrong with them, but use them for what they're purposeful for. And the problem I have with the whole weighted vest conversation is that they're being pushed for things that they're not purposeful for and they've not been proven for.
Yes.
And so and one of the reasons I've spoken out about it is because there's influencers out there, as we know, that are jumping onto this new fitness gimmick, and that's what it is, a
It
trend.
is.
You and I see this all the time in our line of work. And this fitness trend, while it may potentially do no harm and potentially a little bit of harm if your body's, maybe not strong enough to load the spine or whatever, which I think most people can handle it. I am just like, why are we telling menopausal women? And in fact, the wording was, all menopausal women should be wearing a weighted vest. And I'm like, really? All of
Wow.
us?
Every single
Why?
one of us. Yeah.
Every single one
Love
of us.
that.
And this particular person, Charlene Johnson, is like somebody who's a big known grifter in the fitness industry and has been for decades. And she's just she's jumped onto everything. You name it, she's done it. She was one of the original like multi-level marketers out there.
Oh,
Um, and she'll sell skin cream sin, and look what it does to my skin, when you know that that's not what she's done to her skin to look like that. She's
yeah.
had like surgeries or fillers or whatever. I don't care what she has done, but just don't fucking lie to us, right? And that's what's happening with this vest. I walk every day with my vest on and I've turned around my bone health. I have now built new bone and got rid of my osteoporosis. And you haven't.
No,
You
you haven't.
haven't.
You haven't.
And that's sort of, and Mary Claire Haver is the other one, and both of them have links to their affiliate Amazon page, which people are like, yeah, whatever, it's a few pounds. These have got millions of followers. It isn't just a few pounds or dollars for
Yeah.
them. It's a lot of money, and they're both going to
Cashing
create.
in.
Yeah, either they're both going to, or just Haver is going to create her own specific menopausal woman weighted vest that fits us better. And she's been posting videos of her doing the funniest one. I mean, I talked
What?
about what she did with deadlifts, which biomechanically makes no sense. So for anyone listening who's like, why shouldn't I wear a weighted vest doing deadlifts, right? Her excuse was, I have very poor grip strength, and so it helps me with that. So let's break that down. First of all, if you need to improve your grip strength because you think that that's important, and there's some studies to show that longevity is linked. Well, it isn't linked to grip strength, but the indicator of how strong you are is linked to longevity,
Yeah, it's one
right?
of the tests, yeah.
One of the tests. So why don't you improve your grip strength by, I don't know, deadlifting or carrying heavy things,
Yeah.
right? So the deadlift alone will improve your grip strength, right? And essentially it's a posterior chain exercise. So the back of your body, for those who don't use all the jargons, right? The back of your body, and it's a hinge exercise, which essentially means it's, predominantly hamstring and a glute exercise, right? And the hex bar that she used gets a bit of quad recruitment too, right? So we know all of these things. You can't load those up with a weighted vest. The biomechanics of it don't work, right? So she's saying she's improving her grip strength wearing a weighted vest doing deadlifts because her grip strength is weak. And no coach worth their weight in salt on this earth would ever advise you to do that, ever.
why, how would that improve our grip strength? How can that, where's that down the line of people?
Square that circle for me. Square that
Do you know what I
circle.
mean? Like somebody, why didn't somebody stop her and go, like a pal, somebody and go, what are you talking about there? That's not, I'd
Well,
like
her
to think
coach.
that you'd message me. I say, what the fuck are you doing putting coffee up your arse? But do you know what I mean? Like, how can
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
improve the grip strength? But obviously
And
she's
and
making
and
one.
we and it's just more confusion and bluster
Yeah,
and chaos to try and say to women, wear a weighted vest and I can get you one and you can make me money. And the next one that she did was a pull up with a resistance band. And what's really funny about that one is that if you want to do a pull up,
yeah.
you don't want to make yourself heavier. That's a progression.
Yeah,
So if
unless you can
you
smash them out, then you can make it harder, but not until you've got the smashing them out. So she's using a resistance band and then the weighted vest. Is that what
Yeah,
she's doing? Why?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Well,
why?
she's going to make one and she's selling it. That's how come the menopause special one, where it's got a wee bit for your bingo dabber. I think
Yes,
that she's
your
got
bingo dabber and maybe a little fan. It's probably going to be like
and
one
a
of those
fan.
all-purpose vests with like all the
Yeah.
different like,
Uh huh.
things. You don't need one for your tampon, so you could put your bingo dabber in.
For your
She's so
cortisol cocktail pouch.
or your Ozempic pen,
And
whatever
there
it is.
too. Yeah. Bingo dabber, a
And
Zempic
so,
pen.
like, I know we're particularly calling her out because she's sort of one of the biggest offenders of the bad information. And the thing is, she's like, I'm just someone who's trying to encourage people to exercise. And yeah, I don't hate her for that. I don't hate her actually. I don't dislike her messaging for that. But I do dislike it when she's sort of showing what it looks like to do strength training. And one of the biggest issues I've got with menopause influences is that we are not all experts in everything. And she's not an expert in this. And so it's just like, why are you even talking about it? Right. It's like you and I are always learning and always reaching out to the expert.
100%.
When it comes to the medical side, we reach out to the OBGYNs and the doctors and say, tell us what this means, help us understand this so that we can share with our community.
Yes.
And that but we're not saying that we're experts in this. And so that's what frustrates me a little bit about this whole message. Yeah.
I know, but there's so many now. So you've been on my podcast a couple of times. Do you think it's got worse every time, every year we speak? Do you think there's like more menopause influencers like kicking
Oh,
about,
yeah.
or is it just our
Oh,
algorithm?
yeah, both. It's definitely our algorithm, but it also is a $1 billion industry. Like
Billion.
what, $16 billion or something like that. I'd have to double check my numbers. It's up there with that type of number, and the majority of that is through supplements. And the rest
Yes.
of it is usually through, useless products that we don't need, right? And so when it comes to managing menopause, everybody's got tricks in their toolbox, right? And I'm not about like dissing everyone who's got something that works for them. But if you're somebody that's got the answer to everything and you happen to be selling the answer to everything, that's a huge red flag to me. That's saying to me, you've already made your message be biased because you have financial reward for this. Even if you say, I do everything for free and you don't have to buy my products. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. And I'll tell you a great example of this. Dr. Haver has a belly fat challenge, which is misogynistic in its title
This
or
is
whatever.
killing me, this one,
And
this
it,
meno
it
belly
feeds into
chat, man.
diet. Yeah, it feeds into diet culture. It's pretty gross and everything. But I think ultimately it's not a particularly bad program. From what I understand, it's just like increase your fiber, reduce your added sugar, reduce your alcohol, increase your movement, like nothing major or red flaggy really. But then and unfortunately or fortunately for me, my community are so savvy about what's going on that they sign up for these things just so they can follow the
That's
trail, and the
funny.
trail gets sent to me.
Send to you.
Yeah, and so I have an email last week from someone who signed up for the belly fat challenge, and she's already had 30 emails promoting other stuff from the pause life, right? So nothing is free. It isn't a free belly fat challenge.
No,
It's a
it's a
hook,
hook, man.
a
Exactly, it's a
lead
hook.
magnet, it's marketing,
It's a
it's the same
funnel.
label. Yeah.
And then you're sitting there with your belly now thinking that, do you know what this is? I've got this meno belly, it's happened to me now, and I'm just a victim. And that's what I think's the worst thing, because it's taking people's power away. It's the same thing as the cortisol belly. How confusing, and where do you start with things like that? Like, fuck, cortisol, what am I going to do? Get rid of my kids? My husband that causes me this stress to get rid of this belly? Like, this
This is the
marketing term is brutal, man.
It's brutal. It's targeting vulnerable women. It's making them feel like they shouldn't put weight on their belly. It's adding a sense of shame and devaluation to a woman's body by highlighting the fact that they've gained belly fat, and God forbid you've done that. And we should help you get rid of it because otherwise you're worthless, right? That's the thing that pisses me off about all of this. It feeds into diet culture, and so does the cortisol face and the cortisol belly. And without sort of like it, people talk about cortisol like it's the enemy, when it's a vital hormone in our body that is
Yeah.
required for survival. It's not even just a, ooh, I wish I didn't have any cortisol or insulin in my body. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what, you want to be dead?
But it's just like, I mean, where do you start with that with people? Like, when they think they've got this cortisol overload, it's like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to get this women's program. Do you know what I mean? Like, so,
And then what happens at the end of the 28 days? Nothing. Fuck all.
fuck
Nothing's
all, you're
changed
so
in your body.
stressed. I'm telling you, don't, if you get rid of your kids, went on fucking holiday, solo holiday on your own, you could think about feeling less stressed. Do you know the issue is it depends how you are with stress. Like, so I'm a stress eater. My missus actually loses a shit ton of
Me
weight when
too.
she's stressed because she can't eat. She's like pure lump in her throat. So I mean that just, if she'd cortisol, she's more stressed than me. She loses weight. I put it on because I eat it. I eat my stress,
I
and so
used
I
to be
put
like
myself.
I used to be like your missus, and then this Christmas I had a terrible depressive like episode and put on like 15 pounds, and that was like holy shit. I've never really put on that much apart from when I got pregnant, when I started to put weight on then. Um and you know what it did though, what I thought was really eye-opening for me is I'm not a big person, like I'm a normal sized person, quite on the slim side or whatever, not um and I put this 15 pound on and I carried it well. It went straight to my knockers.
You happy
So
with that? Like your man like that? Brilliant. That's
he
good. You
was.
keep
I
that
was
weight
like,
on.
not for me. Like I
Aye.
was walking down the street and I was like, I can feel something under my arms, and it was actually in my boobs. And I
Aye.
was like, they go under your arms anyway.
Yeah,
So
they're everywhere.
but it was really interesting to me because I had less issues with my body when it was bigger than I did when it was smaller. Like I didn't want to keep the weight on it, and my clothes were tight, and I didn't want to buy new clothes, and it didn't feel optimal for me for like when I'm getting really fit. I don't like to, it's just easier to be
Yeah.
fitter for me. But like I didn't loathe or hate myself. And it was really interesting. I used to have more hang-ups when I was smaller than I was when I put weight on. And it made me then re-look at all of these people that are microdosing the Ozempic or telling you got cortisol belly or meno belly, etc. And some of these people are incredibly thin. And what we know now well, we've known for a while, but it's sort of getting more airtime, is the what's the word, rise. I couldn't say
Yeah.
it. Rise in disordered eating and body dysmorphia through menopause. And it makes
Yeah.
sense from a hormonal perspective, because the last time we see that really is in our teens, isn't it? The rise of eating disorders there. And is it any wonder? Because we're seeing it everywhere. Like
Everywhere, man.
people who've got 5 or 10 pound to lose are saying, all you need to do is microdose Ozempic and you can buy it through me.
Yeah.
Like, you can buy drugs from anyone these
You don't need to
days
speak to him, do you? You can just do a few tick boxes on the internet and it gets
and
sent out
lie.
to you and lie,
Yeah,
which
just
most
lie
everybody's,
about
yeah.
your height and your weight. I've done it because I wanted to
Yeah.
see how easy it was. And yeah, I could get it being a normal BMI. And it really concerns me. And it concerns me because the pressure on women to be thin, to stay young, these high expectations of not being allowed to age, is really frustrating, and then going through menopause and then being told by a million followers of influence saying you've got a belly fat and you need to blast it, and I'm going to show you how.
And there's
I
no
just
secret menopause way of doing it that you need to buy. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to tell people. There's not like a formula just specifically for perimenopause, menopause. If you are carrying timber, it kind of same rules apply. It is harder because you're getting pure shafted with like night sweats and you're awake during the night and all this. So it can be harder, but there's not like, oh, come in my special anti-inflammatory menopause belly diet and I'll sell you it for £3,000
Yeah, and
consultation.
anti-inflammatory is another buzzword, a marketing term, and that people are told to use that in their sort of like when they join these network marketing groups, they're told to talk about these things and to use these words because it's very hard to question as the general public to
Yes,
say, oh, the reason I'm so bloated, it must be because I've got inflammation. I need to go on an anti-inflammatory diet. Well, probably you could do with cleaning your diet up. So let's just tell you how to do that in a really simple way. There is no magic pill at all.
exactly. And that's what I think people are like, oh my God, really? Like, there's not a special menopause diet thing, is there? What about insulin? Do you know what I mean? Nothing. There's no, it's just a bit harder, isn't it? And age as well. Like, that's what I was saying to my missus. It's like we maybe were out till like 11 o'clock at night, or I'd go a full weekend at the dancing. Now I don't do that. I'm sitting more because I'm older now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't think of worse than being out the house at 9 o'clock at night. I'm indoors. So my movement
I
is
do
down.
granny hours too, for sure. And I do try and stay as active as possible, but I have to work at it. And
Yeah.
it's at my job and it's your job too, right? It isn't as easy as it was. Like everything is so convenient for us. We don't have to go 5 minutes to shop anymore, right? All
Yes.
of those things, right? So, yeah, I agree. And I think that one of the light bulb moments of a lot of menopausal women, what they'll find is when they realize that their metabolism isn't shafted, it's not broken, that there's no specific diet, there's just some really good dietary interventions that you can, or habits that you can sort of look at. It really puts a lot more power back to
I
women.
think so.
It doesn't take it away. When you follow influencers that have the answer, right? That
Yes.
they know exactly what you need to do. That takes away from your power,
That's
right?
what I think as
And
well.
yeah, and I just think there's some light bulb moments that can go off where you go, you know what? I can do this and I can make choice because autonomy is what we want women to have. We don't, but in but the problem with that is that getting started can be the hardest thing, and a lot of people do want to be handheld a little bit in the beginning and told what to do because it's sometimes hard to get started, right? That's where good quality coaching comes in, right? Just
100%.
to reevaluate where you are, what didn't work for you, what did work for you, and there isn't a one size fits all. So if you see something called the inflammation diet, the Galveston diet, or whatever,
Insulin.
is there an insulin diet?
Yeah, there's insulin, and then that mad bird that's always like punting she came up with a insulin blocking thing that you take before you eat. You know, the glucose goddess?
Oh, the glucose goddess. And so there's something else that was like a bit of a health fad that's sort of been and gone quite quickly. And that was where
Yeah.
menopausal women, including the company Zoe that were doing this,
Yeah.
telling women they needed to wear a continuous glucose
Yes.
monitor to understand when their blood sugar spiked, which it makes it sound like your blood sugar should never spike, where it's a normal human physiological
Yeah.
response to eating carbs specifically, right?
But exercise spikes your insulin. Do you know the thing about it is there's another thing for you to worry about up to here with the kids, and now you're worrying about your insulin. Like, get to fuck. But she sells that supplement where you take it and it blocks the insulin before you eat anything. And you have to eat your sandwich in the opposite order. Have you seen her talk about that?
Yeah, the food, and the thing is about that is when you look at dietitians and nutritionists, sports science and nutrition science experts, they've pulled that apart very, very quickly because the response is super tiny, and it really has only been studied in people who have diabetes. And everybody has a threshold, and it's very rare to go over that threshold if you're in a normal physiological state. If you have a medical illness like diabetes, then
Yeah.
potentially a continuous glucose monitor is going to be good for you.
But like it's just crazy the amount of people. What about the bird with the orange glasses that speaks really close up to the camera and she's quite like
Well,
aggressive, I
she's
would
like,
say. And she's like,
yeah,
"You're insulin and you don't hunt your food anymore." She's quite fucking crazy, isn't she?
yeah, and
I'm gonna have a thing on her. She's mental.
yeah, you need to get some orange glasses and a tinfoil
I'll
hat
need to do,
because
yeah, okay. That's what I'll do
because
tonight.
that's where you're going with these people, and these are part of the Make America Healthy Again crew, the
Yes.
Maha crew. And honestly, most of these people do not have the credentials to be able to talk about the food in the way that they do, talk about the problems with our pollution on our food, and how we all have to eat organic or primeval or whatever. Like it's really privileged the way they talk, and it's uneducated as well. And it
Yes.
doesn't see people where they really are. Like I don't know what it's like in the UK now, but I think it's shifted. But here in Canada and in the US, the cost of living is just skyrocketed. It's
It's
very
just crazy.
expensive. It's Food used to be the cheapest thing ever when I
No.
used to go to the UK, and you can barely feed your kids now, and people are struggling to get by. And then we've got privileged wellness wankers who are on there saying you can
Yep.
only eat grass-fed, massage cows or whatever,
Special sticks for the water and shit. Making the
right?
water
And
watery.
I know, and it's just like, oh my God, like in the scope of what matters in your life, right? That we know there are like tenets of health, right? You and I know this, that like sleep really matters, stress management really matters, your movement, your exercise, even how you think and how you
Yeah.
process thoughts. All of these things have an impact on your everyday life. And the teeny tiny small changes you make every single day are going to have way more impact on you than doing these massive overhauls on your health that you may not find sustainable, because mostly people don't. They're often unproven and can sometimes cause you more harm than good. And rather than thinking, I'm going to buy this supplement stack that Mary Claire Haver's promoting that costs $500 a month, why don't you just take a good hard look at your life and just go, where am I really falling off here? All right, my sleep is really shit. What can I do to improve that? Or I'm not moving enough. What are some small things I can do to get moving every day? Meet my friend for a coffee and a walk in the park or whatever. And then when it comes to things like nutrition, oh, you know what it is? I keep eating all the crisps that I buy from Asda for the kids. I think I'm going to stop buying them, right? And we'll only buy them when we go out as a little treat. Like I'm going to stop having stuff in the house, and maybe it's my mindless snacking that I need to work on. And I think that actually looking at things from a pragmatic standpoint, well, I don't think I know, they're way more valuable to your
Yes.
health, because the stress that you're putting on yourself from going out to grandma's dinner and then not having that piece of chocolate cake and looking like the loser in the family that doesn't want to celebrate, grandma,
100%.
like is,
Granny hater.
yeah, you're a granny hater if you don't
You're
eat the
a
chocolate
fucking
cake.
granny hater. But it's true, like all those wee tiny things are much more manageable and enjoyable than now becoming a fucking carnivore and eating sticks of fucking butter. Everybody in the house is eating normal dinners and you're having a cube of fucking butter. How are you keeping that up? How are you keeping that up? We'll never keep it up.
Not to say that the health issues
Yeah.
associated
The
with,
cost, Lurpak's £7 for a
I
fucking block
I
now.
miss Lurpak's
Oh,
butter. I
delicious.
miss,
Nothing
yeah.
spreads like that. Like Lurpak,
No,
didn't it
I
that?
even used to buy Lurpak spreadable, and I know it's not proper butter, but like I loved it.
It's £7 for Lurpak now. We're all outraged over here. It's seven fucking pound for
That's
that.
how much it is for butter here. It's like $8 for like a good quality salted butter, and it's got to the point where people are using food banks over here more and more, in
Really?
Canada, the USA. Yeah, the cost of living is so expensive. People can't are making choices between having, like, in the summer you need AC here, or in the winter putting the heating on and going to do a full shop. And I'm in a position where I don't need to worry as much as some people, but I'm literally only buying what we're eating. I don't buy frivolous stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And I never throw food away. And which has been a really good exercise for me. It's just like I'm buying, we're cooking, we're eating it, and you're all eating leftovers if there's any left, because we're at the point now where people just can't afford to have like an abundance anymore.
It's is it a big divide? Because then obviously like what you said, you've got these mad wellness tits that are like then having like steak for breakfast. So is it a big divide? Like is it the people, there's not much middle anymore? Are you just finding that people are either struggling or they're quite eating the sticks of Lurpak butter, like I can fucking afford this?
Well, it's really funny because I mean, I live in Canada and I don't feel like I am abused by the wellness wankers as much as I am when I look in the US, right? And the US has got, I think, got more of a divide. I mean, the cost of living in Canada is shocking. It's just shocking. Everything is so expensive. I don't know how people do it, but I do know that, like in the US, you've got to add on the fact that, people when they get unwell and can't work don't get health insurance,
Yeah. And
can't
you need
get
to
help.
pay.
You have to pay for it, and it's almost unsustainable. And so when you look at the social determinants of health, because that's what really matters, things that help people to have good health are economic status, education, geography. So living in a city, having a good job, and being a privileged white woman makes me higher up on the scale for just pure health in general, right?
Yeah.
It's not eating the sticks of butter or chugging the green smoothies. Whereas somebody who is like not working in health, ill health, can't get to their doctor's appointment, has no transport, low education, all of those things make a massive difference. And so that's what's missing from the conversation. And it's huge. The divide is huge. And God forbid if you're an immigrant, God forbid if you've come over here and English is a second language. Like I think it's cruel the way we're moving forward.
It's quite
It's the,
scary, isn't it?
yeah.
It's scary, and it's even scary with like AI and all that as well. Like that's terrifying over here now. See, like my kids and all that, they're like they don't know what jobs to do. They're like, that fucking job am I going to do? I'm like, be a plumber maybe. You know what I mean? It's just things are
Uh, I
changing
love
now.
it. I love AI if it's going to be
I
used
fucking love
for
it as
me.
well. It helps me with my childhood traumas. My AI knows everything about me.
No, I've got a good relationship with mine too. But actually, is when it comes to like education and stuff, I think we need to bring the trades back. I'd love to see that because that's where I'm spending my money is like supporting the trades, right? It's shit breaks all the time in the house, right? Like,
So what do you?
and yeah, so
You
I'm
need to
like, get
pay.
kids good, get a good education then, and then like go into a trade if you can, because
Be
I
a
don't
wee
know.
tradie.
That's just my opinion. I mean, it means nothing in regard to the wellness world, but I just see that there's a gap there and maybe one that can be filled with it coming full circle again, right?
I don't think so. I think we're just moving too far away from it now. Like, do you know what I mean? And people just getting so, I mean, people are sitting on the internet like constantly now, and that's where I'm finding a lot of people, you'll be the same, messaging like, should I stop doing my spin classes? I'm like, fucking no, if you like doing your spin classes. But then you get that guy I showed you last week when he's like that, if you're perimenopausal, stop doing spin classes, boot camps. I'm trying to do an Irish accent. And then
He wasn't even like, would you have a cup of tea now? He was like, a pure Belfast.
aye, I know. And then
Stop.
he's like, fucking, you could do some cooking and clean. I was like, "Ah, is this fucking guy kidding me on? Like, what are you
So
telling people?
let's just talk about the misogyny with that guy. So this guy is literally not an expert on this subject at all. I have no problem with young male trainers
Not
talking
that
about
at all.
menopause and supporting women through menopause because they're the lion's share of coaches that are out there. And if they're ethical and supportive and compassionate, then good. I love that. I think it's a really good addition to like the conversation. But this person that you're talking about in particular has created this business model where he has a medical team, which in the form of a nurse, I believe. They do predatory testing, things like the Dutch test that's not
Oh,
approved at
We don't
all.
like that, yeah.
No, we don't. And all of these things cost money. They're all private, right? So he's offering like a holistic, which is like it's like the F word
You
in
hate that.
health and wellness, isn't it? So this holistic sort of offering to people, as well as his personal training services. And he's saying things like, do not do HIIT, do not do spinning, do not get your heart rate up. And I'm like, why? What for
Why?
what reason? What and so this comes back to the cortisol conversation. And I don't know whether it's worth you and I talking about what cortisol is, what stress is, because I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people really understand this.
They don't.
And so like for me, like the way I like to like think about it is like, well, we have chronic and acute stress, and the good stress is really called like eustress. I hate the term, but like the good stress is the things that bring in euphoria, the things that make us thrive. And a good example of that is like going on a roller coaster. You don't want to go on it. You shit in your pants. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up, and you're just like, I'd rather die than be on this roller coaster.
But then you're
And when
buzzing.
you get off, you're just like, oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Look at me.
You're
And so
buzzing.
like,
Yeah.
and it's the things that make you thrive. It might be trying a new activity. It might be pushing yourself to a PR, or maybe like you've started running and you do your first 2K without stopping. It's something that makes you feel good. And all of those things increase cortisol in your body acutely. And acute in medical terms always means quick, fast response that you recover from. It doesn't stay around.
Yes.
And when you do anything that drives acute stress or quick lasting stress, it improves your stress response. And so if you're somebody who has you're a high achiever, you've got a chronically stressful job, your kids are little shits, and you're caring after aging parents, and you've got bills to pay, and you've got all of these life stresses which are chronic, and they sort of keep you on edge all the time. Like, you need to find a way to manage those chronic stresses, ones that just don't disappear. And to say to women, don't exercise because it'll make you more stressed, fails to look at the fact that when you do exercise, it helps your stress response. It helps to mitigate chronic stress. It helps you to be more sensitive to your cortisol response. So exercise is actually one of the remedies for chronic stress,
Yeah.
not one of the detriments.
Like, physiologically, like sciencey, but
Yes.
also for your mental health. Like, how de-stressed do you feel when you get a workout in? Plus, see, just the whole, like, you're going to the gym to burn fat all the time. I don't go to the gym to burn fat. Do you know what I mean? A lot of my clients don't. It's not like a thing just because you're a bird, you're going to the gym to burn fat. Because that's what he's saying, basically, that if you do
Yeah.
spin, you're going to raise your cortisol and you're going to get fat because you don't burn calories that way. I'm like, how,
Gosh,
how, prices, how
Gosh, you burn
presumptuous
calories
is
with
that?
everything you do. Your body's
Yeah.
burning calories as we're talking now. It's so stupid, but the idea, like, and even like, and a lot of the times when I'll go, but I did like my HIIT class, or I went to Orange Theory or whatever they're called, and I was exhausted for days. Chances are you've just overdone it, and that's
Yeah.
possible too. And so maybe that is too much for you at the moment when you haven't got everything, all your ducks in a row. Maybe menopause is adding to that stress as well. And so even though he's like saying don't do it, and we're saying you can do whatever you want, there's going to be times when exercise, might make you feel exhausted and fatigued. And this is sort of one of these nuanced conversations where we need to say, find what works for you. Find, like, do you need an extra recovery day? Did you feel okay afterwards, but you didn't eat enough afterwards, or you
Yes.
didn't have good
The
sleep, or you didn't
underfueling.
rest? Underfueling, all of these things sort of matter. And I think that on the flip side of that, like, I think people think if they want to improve their mental health, they have to do these like HIIT type exercises, whereas actually just going outside, going for a walk, doing
Yes.
some breathing are also great ways to manage that chronic stress. So chronic stress can be managed in a number of different ways. But the idea is that the problem is the exercise. The problem is the underlying stresses that you really need to be looking at. And there's many ways to reduce that allostatic load, which is what it's called. Yeah.
And you're probably doing all the fucking cooking and cleaning that he's now telling you just to do instead of your exercise. You're probably doing all of that. That's probably adding to your stress. The gym is when you get away from it. Do you know what I mean? But it's taking people far away from their intuition, isn't it? Like, So you're saying if you feel shattered, like CrossFit, I couldn't go back to doing that now. I'm not, it's not in a time in my life. Even the thought of it, I'm like, oh. But I used to do it all the time because I didn't have as much going on and I could focus on it, I could fuel, I could recover properly. I can't now. So I just don't
Yeah,
anymore because intuitively
right.
I know that's not good for me.
And that's exactly what we're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Intuitively, you know that the recovery from that is just a little bit too much, and you've had to adapt your workouts and do
Yes.
something that really works for you at the time of life you're in. And it's not specifically because you're hormonal or you're in
No.
perimenopause or whatever it is. It's literally because it doesn't suit you right now. And same with me. I used to do like crazy, crazy, like things like the Three Peaks and like these massive
Mm-hmm.
adventure races and stuff. And it would, even when in my 20s, it would take me 2 weeks to recover. It would take me months to recover from them things now.
Yeah.
I
And it's
definitely
just,
manage my expenditure a lot differently, but I still can work out efficiently and do the best thing for my body. And if that includes doing a hit workout, I'm going to fucking do a hit workout. And
yeah.
if some stupid idiot in Ireland is telling women they shouldn't do it, they need to ask him for reasoning and proof.
He's almost got 1 million followers, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the scary shit. Can I tell you one thing as well? Courtney Black, have you heard of her? Huge.
No.
Like, big influencer. She's a wee bird. She was like from Essex. She lives in Dubai now. Sweeteners make you fat was her thing. So she's lost a lot of weight now, right? But first, last week she was blaming her coffee, her morning coffee was putting belly fat on her. Then the other day she writes, sweeteners make you fat. So all these people in the comments are going, oh my God, Courtney, what can I have instead of like diet juice and stuff then? And I'm like, oh no, oh no. I actually sent it to your friend in Canada, Abby. I thought she'll
Hmm.
do something with her. But like, imagine
As-
how misleading and just shit is that for people. So now,
Well,
no diet juice
fear sells.
for
And
yourselves.
so I think that both of us could have potentially millions of followers too if we were to do these outrageous fear-based marketing tactics.
100%.
But I want to sleep at night, and so I
Same.
won't, right? And I don't want to be a predator, and so that's just quite easily. And these people are predators, and they've usually got really fucked up lives, and they're not trusted. And it really upsets me because I know every single woman in that comment will be hanging on this person's every word.
Yes.
It
That's what
becomes,
upsets me.
yeah, it becomes almost cult-like as a following, and it's so unethical. It's a non-regulated industry. Um, and you know what happens is that when you call these people out, people are like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't realize that. That's really helpful." And then their followers just come on in and pounce on you like flying monkeys, and just try and like because
Yes.
they want to protect the
Yeah.
wicked witch type thing, and
That's why I
it's
sent it to Abby because I thought, I just don't know if I can take the conflict that this will bring. So if she can, I sent it to her. I was like,
yeah.
confrontation, she can deal with
She's,
it. Do you know what I mean?
she's pretty good because Abby's never personal, and I think it's really important to rise above the personal attacks and call out the bad behavior, and that's what it is. Yeah,
And it is, and like I think as well, people would really like an answer other than maybe just it's what they're doing and their habits and things that they're going to have to maybe look at. Do you know what I mean? Like over here, you don't need a supper after your dinner. Always, it's always a bit of tea and toast in Scotland. I'm like, you're not hungry for that. So it's just looking at things like that, other than it's blaming the sweeteners or the cortisol or the
yeah.
insulin. Do you know what I mean? Or the
I
fact that we're
always
not
used to have,
hunting.
I used to always used to have a cup of tea and a crumpet.
Yep. After your dinner, full dinner, and then you're like, could go that wee something. I used to have egg mashed up in a cup, or just a cup of like garden peas. It's a
So good.
Scottish dish, but like after your dinner, because it's just that kind of behavioural, that pattern. So then you're like that. Oh my god! It was when I first started going with my missus. She doesn't snack and she doesn't eat after her dinner. I actually thought it was going to be a bit of a deal breaker, but it really highlighted me up and down all night. All night, she's like that. What the fuck? I did like 3,000 steps between the hours of 8 and 11. I'm like, up getting food,
Go
getting
in the
snacks.
kitchen getting more
She's
snacks.
like that.
That's
What
too
the fuck?
funny.
But when I lived myself, there was nobody that really ever called it out. So I didn't even realise that I
Yeah,
would do things like that. So it's having to
that's
like take a zoom out. What's happening in life right now? Do you know what I mean?
The big picture approach to health is really what matters because it's the behaviors you do overall all the time that impact your everyday health. It's not the minutiae every single time, but the way to make big lasting change in those big rocks is to do teeny tiny things, right? And it's not usually getting rid of artificial sweeteners and diet cokes. We're just majoring in the minors all the time. It's driving me nuts.
Or you don't need to eat your food off a wooden chopping board. Have you seen that? Carnivore now. I'm going to go to IKEA tonight and buy one, a wooden chopping board, and I'm going to eat only off of that to lose weight.
It's called a charcuterie, love. Don't you have them in
Sorry,
Scotland?
yeah, we do, we do. Stacey will be upset with that one, but that's what I'm going to do now. Only that. I mean, look at the things we've done, though. I mean, I had coffee up my arse.
Yeah. And I've been taken in by multi-level marketing as well once, and I didn't realize because I didn't know what it was. And I think, I don't ever feel bad for the women that get sucked into these things.
Never.
It's a system and it's a predatory system, and they know how to do it. And I went for a coffee with someone who genuinely thought she was interested in me and wanted to hang out. And because every week I meet someone new, it's part of my like mental health thing. I go for a coffee with someone new and just hang out. And I thought that's what she wanted. And all in all, she just wanted to get me to sell her shitty skincare.
What, did you buy it? Did you get sucked in?
No, nearly. And I went to one of the meetings and because I thought it was about her charity. It was just got lied into it. And I was like, oh, this doesn't seem like it's about a charity. So I'd never even heard of network marketing or multi-level marketing until I
Same.
went to the meeting. Yeah.
They do, they have little tricks, and I do always feel bad for the women as well because it's that way where you don't feel good about yourself. You want to evacuate your own body, and if there's somebody that's saying to you, I can help you evacuate, then you buy it. I bought crazy shit. I've done the cream bun diet. Do you know what I mean? To just feel different. It's like plastic surgery, isn't it? When people, like, there should be a wait time, like, right, we'll come back in a couple of months. But when you feel not good about yourself, you want to believe all this stuff and buy it. And that's why
Yeah.
women's the big booming cash industry, isn't it?
It is. It is. And menopause is the latest cash cow. That's
Right.
basically it.
What can we come up with and we'll sell it to them? Weighted vests are gone, so we'll need to come up with something else.
Well, I got asked to sell some weighted sleeves the other day, as you know.
Sleeves?
There were forearm sleeves, and I was supposed to go walking with them to increase my bone mineral density.
And did you
And
get
I
a
just
pair sent out?
No, I mean, I think what I might start doing, because I get approached so often, is actually getting these products sent to me and I'll
Please
do
do
a
it.
real
Do
review. Because I
it. I
always
would
just
love
say
that.
no, but I should maybe start doing it, and
That
that
would
would
be
be quite
funny.
fun.
That would be funny. I'm sad now. I want the sleeves. I want the sleeves. I'm going to message them. Interested in these weighted sleeves. So,
Oh my
do you know what
God,
I mean?
it'll be, yeah, maybe you should get them because then you can do a spoof of you walking
Yeah.
down the street with your mullet. Yeah.
My mullet rollerbooting down my fucking street, man.
Who does those videos for you? Your wife? I'm just like,
Stacey. I know, it's terrible. I don't know if it's starting to affect our relationship because she's just seen me in so many weird situations that. But what's worse is some of my neighbours are just wave as if it's normal. I'm like that. I've got a
but
fucking
I think
mullet.
it possibly is normal for you. So, I mean,
I
honestly,
know.
yeah.
I think that too. Right, I'll let you go. Thanks so much for coming on again.
Nice,
One of my
nice chatting, darling. Anytime, as you know.
Thank you so much. Remember the next person we need on. You still working on Jen?
Oh, on Gunter. Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man. Get her on here. You can come on at the same time if she just feels a bit better. She's got a friend on
I
and she's
know
not
that
left
she's
alone
got,
with me.
yeah, give it to, I know she's moving and there's lots going on this summer. So why don't you just wait to the end of the year and prod me? Prod me again and we'll do
I'll
it
say
together.
to you, you know I will, and I'll say to you, and then we can do it together. Yeah, perfect.
All right.
Right,
Okay,
okay.
all right. Bye,
Take care of
darling.
yourself, mate.
See you
See you on the
later.
internet.